Hello, Chuffy, ladies and gentlemen, sunshine and Chuffy's sweethearts. Welcome to another installment, finally, of the Chuffing Big Al Chuffing Show. Now, this is episode 15 of the Chuffing Big Al Chuffing Show. Now, the reason we've not been doing these, we've mainly been doing the Chuffing Quick Shots. It's not been my choice. It's been forced upon me because my Chuffing co-op had some family crime. Chuffy Lee Maddison has not been prepared to get his great, fat, chuffing, hairy ass off the chuffing settee. He's had his big chuffing digit shoved right up where the sun don't chuffing shine. He's not been doing out. But the other night, Friday night, I think it was May 16th, he was playing a charity gig for the Mayflower Animal Sanctuary, good charity, to do with all things four-legged and chuffing furry. Doing a fundraiser for them at Chuffing Mount Pleasant, on the Chuffing North Road, Chuffing Doncaster. Apparently, when he first turned up, it was quite a busy night. There was about maybe, I don't know, 200, 300 people in the hotel. They reckon within about Chuffing 7 minutes of me started Chuffing play, 75% of the Chuffing clientele had packed up in the Chuffing left. And things that were being like kind of overheard at the Chuffing reception as we're not listening to that Chuffing row. He sounds like Chuffing Buddy Holly, but with two broken chuffing arms. And he's put his bloody strings on upside down as well. So they weren't chuffing happy. But apparently he stuck it out. He didn't do too bad in and once he got chuffing warmed up. And his heart's in the right place. He's doing it for the right reason. Trying to raise money for our chuffing, four-legged chuffing furry friends. So, well done. Later on, we're going to have a look at some footage of him in his living room doing some chuffing rehearsals, doing chuffing Princess bloody, I nearly said Queen then. Princess chuffing purple chuffing rain. Chuffing where he plays is more like chuffing brown sludge. But yeah, he's doing like a rehearsal on that, and then there's a bit of footage from him from actual chuffing gig. So if you want to stick around and listen to a chuffing row, it's there for you if you chuffing want it, you know what I mean? It's all I can afford. Can't get no one deep. There's a guy down the road called Chuffing Thread. He's only got 2 fingers on that hand, and he's got 1 finger on that, and he plays chuffing spoons. But it's too expensive. So I'm stuck with chuffing my partner's southern crime. Chuffing Lee Maddison, I'll check that. Now, chuffing last night, me and chuffing Mrs. Chuffing Big Al went to chuffing Nottingham to see old chuffing Slow and Mrs. Chuffing Eric bloody Clapton. Hello, chuffing ladies and bloody gentlemen, here we are. Chuffing Eric Clapton bloody gay. I'm keeping my chuffing voice down. If we throw a chuffing sats up, if he plays badly, we can hit him with chuffing tomatoes from here with that bloody close. We're ready for a chuffing street. We seen him last year in chuffing Scousland, we've seen him in chuffing liver chuffing Puddlians. And he was chuffing good, you know what I mean? But last night, 365, give or take a chuffing day or 2 days bloody later, it was better. Chuffing guitar playing was chuffing exceptional. He was supported by chuffing Andy Fairweather, chuffing Low. He's always bloody funny and a great guitar player, did a good gig. But also, like I say, Harry did a lot of the hits. He did like bloody Cocaine, Wonderful Tonight, Crossroads, Sunshine I All Love, chuffing Tell the Chuffing Truth, Queen of Spades, Slow Blues, Robert Johnson chuffing song, Tears in Heaven. He played a guitar solo on Chuffing Old Love, a song of his called Chuffing Old Love, co-wrote with chuffing Robert Gray. And not only did the guitar solo make me chuffing head stand up on end, the chuffing saluted. It was that chuffing good. So all I can say, he ain't going to watch my chuffing channel, but if you just happen for some peculiar chuffing drifter, chuffing fate, to watch this chuffing video, Mr. Clapton, all I can say is, 80 years old or chuffing not, keep on chuffing playing. You still got it, you still got the voice, you still got the playing, you still got the chuffing band, you still got the chuffing fan base. So keep on going, because that was chuffing truly, chuffing exceptional. Now, we're doing, obviously, we don't do these chuffing Big Al quick shots and shows just to chuffing rattle on about chuffing Lee Maddison, people playing chuffing with missing digits, playing chuffing spoons and chuffing slow hand. We're also here for the chuffing boozy review. Now, we're not doing chuffing whiskey. We're not doing chuffing Beer 52 or chuffing Kraken. What we're going to do today, ladies and gentlemen, chuffing Ballycastle, chuffing penis enlarger. I mean Peter Colada. I mean Pina Colada. Bloody hell's bells. It's actually just, it's not known as the Pina Colada, but that's what flavour it is. It's actually the Ballycastle chuffing limited edition chuffing Colada. Now you know that I've got a chuffing history with this chuffing Ballycastle. You know what I mean? You know I chuffing like them. And basically, I've had the original one before. I've had the white chocolate one. I've had, around Christmas time last year, I told you about I had the chuffing s'mores. I put it on my chuffing Weetabix and chuffing pancakes and all that chuffing stuff. I was eating it more than I was chuffing zinking it. Chuffing pissed. Having my chuffing breakfast cereals. And I also, a few weeks back, I did a review on the chuffing stout, which were chuffing delicious. Now, this one, not much information to be had on the chuffing proverbial chuffing vessel. All it says basically is producing chuffing Northern Ireland. So it's a chuffing real deal. And you know, you don't want an Irish cream producing chuffing Uruguay. You know what I mean? Or you don't want an Irish cream producing chuffing Formosa. You want an Irish cream to be produced chuffing Ireland. You know what I mean? So it's a Ballycastle chuffing, a limited edition chuffing Colada. It's 12%. And it basically, all it says is pineapple and coconut flavoured country chuffing cream. And apparently, you either drink it neat on the chuffing proverbial chuffing rocks, or you have it with chuffing pineapple juice, is what they advise. So it's got a chuffing cracked up. It's got a poured, and the little chuffing vessel here, here we go. Let's say, get bloody lid. No, that's bloody 2 minutes. If this is halfway chuffing decent, it'd be chuffing on by end of chuffing day. I'm in that kind of chuffing mood. I'm picking our Charlie up from school later on how to chuffing walk. Too many of these. I can't drive chuffing car. I'm responsible. I do not chuffing zinc and drive, but I do drink and chuffing walk. So, you know what I mean? That is potentially on the chuffing cards. Now, colour-wise, it's quite chuffing milky. It's quite a milky colour, really. It's chuffing dog barking out here. I think he smelt this chuffing. I think he wants to get your chuffing gums. He's chuffing, festering, chuffing, stinky gums around my mouth, chuffing Colada. Well, irrelevant of what Lee Maddison did at that chuffing animal sanctuary for four-legged friends, if he comes anywhere near my chuffing Colada, I'm going to kick him straight in chuffing plums. He's not having it. This is for chuffing me. So yeah, it's a white colour, but it's got that merest hint of chuffing yellow. So it's like a kind of diluted chuffing custard flavour, you know what I mean? On the old left nostril, right nostril, rubber lips, chin, Adam's apple, left nipple, right nipple, chuffing belly bucket, way around the old chuffing testicles. Let's have a proper chuffing sniff now. I've snorted it. I'm doing a chuffing Ozzy Osbourne and Keith Richards again. I do apologise. I've filled it up that much and I've shoved my beak that far in. I've chuffing snorted it. But yeah, you can smell it straight away, that pin. Not a massive heavy hit of the chuffing, that kind of chuffing pina colada, penis and larger chuffing smell, but it's there. It's relevant enough. Smells nice. Right, let's have a bloody sip. Let's get it around the old chuffing tonsillitis. I'll let you know what I'm chuffing, mate. It's a tasty little chuffing drink. I've heard a few reviews about it where they were basically saying it was too chuffing sweet. It's not too sweet. It's absolutely fine. It is what you expect. It's got that, obviously, that pina colada flavour, 80% of that kind of flavour, but in a much more creamier chuffing presentation. Let's have one last little chuffing sip before we let cut bloody Lee Maddison chuffing loose, let him chuffing make a bloody Ralph here. Excellent. Nice. Somebody will complain saying it was thin. It weren't as thick as chuffing Baileys. It's plenty thick. But yeah, I mean, how thick do you want it? You know, like overcooked chuffing porridge. So you're chuffing, you're chewing it and you're chuffing, gulping, big massive chuffing breeze, blocks of chuffing penis and larger down your chuffing throat. Consistency is chuffing perfect for what it is. I've got no complaints with that whatsoever. Buy it. Get your sense at chuffing Aldi. Get some chuffing Ballycastle chuffing Colada down here. Chuffing beautiful. Now, I'm going to catch you later on. Cut you loose now. Monsieur Chuffing Lee Maddison doing his rehearsal and playing at the chuffing Mount Pleasant bloody Mayflower chuffing ball. Catch you later, sunshines and sweet stars. Weren't so suffering, but not quite as bad as what I was anticipating. It weren't too bad. If I could put in some my kind of my critique, if I were to critique it, maybe give Lee Maddison some advice, or the staff, or whoever was present at that musical shuffling soiree, something that would have improved it. Maybe first thing I'd consider doing would maybe take his plectrum off of him. A bit first thing. Maybe start there. And if it's still not quite what you want to be hearing, potentially turn volume down or unplug his guitar. You know, do that. So to kind of diminish the volume, make the volume side less. Let him start playing again. If you're not happy with that, just take your guitar off him. And potentially hide it so he can't find it again. That's my only advice. It was alright, but I think if you either, took his plectrum, unplugged him, took his guitar and hid it probably would have been more enjoyable for everybody who were there. Because that kind of music's alright, but when you're eating food, those kind of, the way he was attacking some of them shuffling notes that could upset your shuffling digestion. You know, there were people, I think, later on that day or the day after, they were either constipated or they had chills because of the way he was playing that guitar. Music's very, very powerful. Now, just before I let you find outstanding shuffling people go, I'm going to do this on from time to time. I'm going to, as I think about it, I'm creating a shuffling bucket list of things I want to do before I shuffling turn my toes up, push the shuffling daisies up, shuffling snuffing. And I've done here 5. The first 5 things I could think of. Basically, couldn't get to sleep overnight. About 3 o'clock in shuffling morning, I thought, why not? Let's have a shuffling go through the old shuffling, get the cogs going. And let's have a think what we potentially like on the shuffling bucket list. Now, the first thing I'd like to do, it's coming to my mind because of recent shuffling events. I would really, really like to get on my shuffling hands and knees, crawl over and shuffling, kiss the shuffling Pope shuffling ring. I'd really like to kiss the Pope shuffling ring before I shuffling carpet, you know what I mean? Only thing is, I know it's probably like, he'd probably end up sending it to chuffing jewelers to get it clean, you know, chuffing germs. But I like to kiss the chuffing Pope's ring. Secondly, I like to have a drink, preferably a chuffing whiskey, with either chuffing Darth Vader or chuffing Yoda, or both. Now, Darth Vader, I'd love to see him. I'd love to have a sit down with him, get his bloody cake tossed to one side, put his chuffing lightsaber on chuffing coffee table. You know what I mean? So you know he's not going to chuffing cut you in half. Pour him a chuffing head of the door, chuffing 10-year-old. I like to see him try and get the head of the door, chuffing liquor through his chuffing face grill. I like that. I like to, and Yoda, I just like to see chuffing Yoda chuffing pissed. He's only small, I don't think it'd take too much. I think a couple of bloody Tamden chuffing volleys he'd be chuffing, and be like, pissed am I? Yeah, so I'd really like to see that. I'd like to skydive with a chuffing blue whale. You know, it'd have to be a chuffing big plane. You know, maybe an Hercules or something like this, and just put the blue whale on chuffing wheels and just like toss him out and throw me out. A couple of these, I'd like to see if I could keep up with him. Because he's going to plummet fast and he's going to accelerate fast because he's a right chuffing lump. But if I could keep up with him, I would like kind of nosing over a chuffing blue whale next to his chuffing blowhole. I'd like to see look on his face when he realises he can't pull chuffing shoe. You're like, oh, these little chuffing flippers. It's like this. I don't want I'm too young to die. I'd put cord for him. I'm not going to see a blue whale get chuffing splattered. I'd put cord for him. But I'd like to do that. Number 4. I'd like to play chuffing nesting dormer on chuffing bagpipes while being suspended upside down in chuffing fish tank with piranhas swimming around with chuffing sweetmeats. I think everyone should try that one. Everyone should have that on the chuffing bucket list. You know, it's a no-brainer, isn't it? Swimming with dolphins and upside down bagpipes, nesting dormer, chuffing piranhas nibbling on your nuts. They're like that. Close. And last one I thought on the night before I finally got myself back to sleep was I'd like to spend an evening with an unopened tin of chuffing mackerel fillets. Because I think we'd have a lot in common. I think we'd have a lot to talk about. Then the day later, I'd open it. And I'd have another conversation, see if anything changed. See if his personality were a little bit different once he's opened. It'd probably be a bit smellier. But hey, I just leave you with that chuffing, intellectualised, philosophical chuffing standpoint, Big Al's bucket list. It's been an absolute chuffing pleasure. Have a chuffing great day and a great life. And I'll see you later. Sunshines and chuffing sweethearts.